Danny Ainge retired as the president of basketball operations for the Boston Celtics on Wednesday and was replaced by the team's coach, Brad Stevens, whom Ainge hired in 2013 out of the college ranks. It was a stunning change at the top of the franchise that Ainge ran for nearly 2 decades. Stevens has no front office experience, though as the head coach he gave input on roster moves. The announcement came a day after the Nets beat the Celtics in Game 5 of their first-round series to eliminate them from the playoffs, capping a disappointing season. Ainge, flanked at a news conference by 2 Celtics owners and Stevens, said that the decision to step down was entirely his and that he began thinking about doing so 2 years ago, when he had a heart attack during the 2019 playoffs. "I trust my instincts," Ainge said. "My instincts told me a couple months ago that it was time for me to move on. That's what is best for us. That's what's best for the Celtics." Wyc Grousbeck, the majority owner of the Celtics, said, "For the record, Danny came and said it's his time. It's completely his decision with no support whatsoever from ownership in making that decision. No support was offered except for wishing him the best once it became clear that was his decision." Ainge, 62, and Stevens, 44, said they had casually discussed the possibility of Stevens inheriting Ainge's job in the past. Grousbeck called elevating Stevens to the front office a natural promotion from within. "He was at the table here with Danny in the war room and all of our roster decisions along the way for the 8 years, which has had a number of notable successes," Grousbeck said. Ainge's hiring was one of the first moves Grousbeck and Stephen Pagliuca made after purchasing the Celtics in 2003. The Celtics had made the 2002 Eastern Conference Finals, led by Antoine and Paul Pierce, but had not won a championship since 1986, when Ainge played in Boston's backcourt. Rather than building on that success, Ainge blew up the team, including a trade of Walker. In 2007, he pulled off 2 trades that revitalized the franchise, for Ray Allen and for Kevin Garnett. The moves were considered risky, but almost overnight, Boston became a championship contender. The Celtics defeated the Los Angeles Lakers in the 2008 NBA Finals for the franchise's first championship in 22 years. Since then, Ainge has kept the team competitive, in part through shrewd moves like trading Pierce and Garnett to the Nets for the draft picks that became Jayson, Tatum and Jaylen Brown. But some of his moves backfired. In 2017, he traded one of those Nets picks and guard Isaiah Thomas for Kyrie Irving, then a disgruntled star with the Cleveland Cavaliers. After the 2018-19 season, Irving spurned the Celtics and signed with the Nets in free agency. Even before Ainge was hired by the Celtics, he was revered by fans for his play on 2 Boston championship teams.